Hello everyone, and welcome. Yes, I know it's been a while. Life's been a little busy, but on with the review. RollerCoaster Tycoon 2, a construction and management game first released in October 2002. It was developed by Chris Sawyer Productions and released by Infogrames Entertainment. Infogrames Entertainment was later rebranded in 2009 to the much more widely known Atari. The two expansions for the game, Wacky Worlds and Time Twister, were released in 2003. Having never played this game when I was younger, and always had an interest in it, and only now acquiring a physical copy that I found at an op shop, brand new as well I might add, I started it up, and immediately got a crash screen. After fiddling around with the compatibility settings, I managed to get it to start. The first thing I noticed was those old school pixel graphics, and thought, this might be a bit hard to play. Some games age terribly, and I had that feeling for a while. Then something amazing happened. I started to really enjoy the game. All the tiny people in the park had names, and clicking on them showed me what their thoughts about the park were, what their favourite ride was, and how much money they had to spend. I added a new ride, and I was a little confused at how to get people on it. Then, I slowly figured out, you actually need to build a path to the ride, as well as entries and exits. Then, I started hearing the sound of money being spent on my awesome new ride, and I had a great feeling of achievement, and ideas about what else I could build. As for the story, you're a new theme park manager and builder who has their sights set on making the dreary plot of land you have a theme park. It's your job to build new rides and attractions to help boost the park's popularity and value. Okay, onto the game mechanics. Bulldozing. Clicking this button will allow you to bulldoze larger areas than you can in other construction modes. It's really useful to get rid of stuff in a quick and efficient manner. But for some reason, it doesn't do larger trees, which is a little bit annoying. Land tools. Land tools will allow you to adjust the height of the land and the slope of it. Water tools. Water tools allow you to create water for lakes, etc., or for just general decoration. Scenery and theme objects. Ever thought your park was a little bit dull and boring? Or you just want to add some life to a gap between rides? Well, this is your answer. There's a massive amount of options to choose from in this mode, from gardens that are maintained by your workers, to water twisters and statues. Build footpaths or queue lines. This button gives you the power to build footpaths, and queues for lines. Tear them up, or even build elevated footpaths. Build a new ride or attraction. Quite simply, this button will let you build various rides throughout the game. More are unlocked as you play, with some of your money going to research and development. Some rides have to be built custom with no preset track, which allows for some immersive creativity. Park information. Park information will allow you to see the park entrance from anywhere in the park, and the amount of guests in the park, along with the admission price. Staff. The staff menu will allow you to hire or fire employees. You can hire a handyman to water gardens, sweep up trash, empty trash bins, and mow the grass. A mechanic to fix your rides, your very own security guard to deter people from vandalizing your precious park, and an entertainer to keep guests happy while they wait for the awesome rides you built. On the right of the window, you'll see a grab button, which allows you to move your employees around, a patrol button, which allows you to designate an area for them to travel in, a rename button, and a snap to button, which will open up a little camera on the screen so you can view them and track them while they work. The Custom RollerCoaster Designer. I checked out the Custom RollerCoaster Designer and decided that I would build an overly complicated roller coaster. I had no clue what I was doing, so when it came time to testing the cart, it went forward slowly, then proceeded to go backwards, back to the start. Eventually I added some chains, and got to the point where I couldn't figure out how to connect the two pieces of track 100 feet in the air. I cannot say this feature is for me. It's cool, it gives you a lot of different options to bank the tracks, and making the roller coaster go upside down. It's just really tricky to connect the tracks though. It would have been nice to have a snap together feature for tricky situations like that. I haven't played any of the sequels, so I'm not even sure if that came into fruition. Performance-wise, having a retail copy and not purchasing it from a Steam store, the game runs okay. I was having a few issues with it crashing on me. It's a very crash-happy game, even on startup. Especially on startup, I should add. It did get rarer the more I played though. Unfortunately, that wasn't my main issue. The main issue I had with it was not being able to alt-tab out of it if I wanted to look something up or type something out for this review. Doing so resulted in a crash. Rarely, it didn't crash when I alt-tabbed out. On the times where it didn't crash when I alt-tabbed out, and I started my recording software again when I went back in, it did crash. Obviously, most of you won't be using recording software, so my scenario is fairly uncommon. However, something more likely to happen to you would be having a little DivX update show up in the middle of gameplay. Instinctively, I went to close it, and it caused me to change windows, which then caused a crash, sending me back 20 minutes due to no autosave feature. Conclusion. Even though it's an old game from late 2002, it's actually held up pretty well. It's another one of those gems that don't require ridiculously good graphics to stay in that playable area. It's satisfying and has a great formula for doing things right and getting rewarded for it. Your money is always going in and out, and watching it grow is fun. There seems to be a correlation between satisfaction and numbers getting bigger. All of the rides are cool to watch. They all function as you'd expect them to. Stopping to let people on and off. The rides break down from time to time, which is actually pretty accurate given my limited theme park experience. It's a game where you'll lose track of time, playing and planning what your next attraction will be. However, you unlock a heap of new rides over time, which is fantastic. More rides means more selection and more fun, although it can feel like the park isn't big enough for what you want to put in. Thank you for watching my RollerCoaster Tycoon Triple Thrill Pack review. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember to leave a like if you did, and subscribe for more. Hopefully we can get some more out. Sorry about the delay on this one. God, it's been a long time. But more in the future. Thanks.